People die painfully. Most of the time, no one sees it. Not always a literal death, but a figurative one. There is no gathering, no pause, no signal that something irreversible just happened. The world keeps its rhythm. Conversations continue. Screens refresh. The day absorbs the loss without friction. Pain happens in isolation. Then it ends, or it doesn't. Either way, nothing registers with anyone else. There is no lament because lament requires not only recognition, but also time. Someone must notice before they can grieve. Someone must decide that this void deserves a response, an investment. There is no burial either. Not always literal, not even symbolic. Most often it is just a like, a share, a message, a post, quickly buried under billions of other reactions. A brief signal, swallowed almost immediately. Instead, the body disappears into procedure. The person becomes a resolved detail. What remains is not silence. What remains is continuity. This is not rare. This is how most endings look. Death without witnesses is not a tragedy. It is standard operation. Only a small number of lives disrupt the flow when they end. The rest dissolve quietly into schedules, systems, and reassigned responsibilities. To be mourned is not guaranteed. It is conditional. It depends on proximity, on usefulness, on whether someone's absence creates inconvenience strong enough to be noticed. Memory does not expand to include everyone. It contracts. So when no one stops, no one else needs to. Nothing feels wrong. No rule was broken. No duty neglected. This is how the world avoids overload. People die. People get fired. Someone else is hired. Sometimes before they even leave. The unsettling part is not that this happens. It's how easily it feels normal. Without witness, a person is reduced, not because something evil is happening, because this is how things are measured. Reduced to a number, a score, a grade, a metric, to what you can produce, to how efficiently you can be used. Have you ever felt that reduction? Being summarized in a performance review, ranked, compared, filtered, told, explicitly or quietly, that your value is conditional. You were taught early, grow, study, improve, so you can become someone. But becoming someone was never unconditional. It always depended on results. After enough reductions, whatever remains is recycled or deleted. A whole life becomes expendable data. A name becomes inactive. No ceremony is required when no one claims you. So what makes a life worth mourning? Is it suffering? Everyone suffers. Is it effort? Everyone expends themselves. Is it goodness? Goodness does not guarantee witnesses. If no one pauses for you, no one speaks your name, no one feels the need to stop, what have you been? You have lived quietly, responsibly, correctly. You have endured more than most, but endurance alone does not secure memory, and without memory, even pain leaves no mark. Who, if anyone, has the authority to say that your life mattered? And when did you give them that authority? Things are consumed so that something else can continue. The world does not slow down for deaths because slowing down would require judgment, and judgment would require choosing who counts. So the system keeps moving. Replacement follows disappearance. Indifference carries momentum. This is not cruelty. It is efficiency. The dangerous realization is not that people vanish unnoticed. It is that nothing prevents you from being one of them. Not intelligence, not sincerity, not trying harder. If your value depends on being seen, what happens when attention moves on? If your worth depends on contribution, what happens when you are no longer useful? If meaning requires witnesses, What happens when no one is watching? At best, your name survives as a marker, a date, a celebration, a day on a calendar, a whole life reduced, not to who you were, but to what you did. And even that filtered through chance, timing, and forces you never controlled. The question is no longer about death. It is about whether anything will interrupt the world when you're gone. And what would make that interruption deserve to exist?